What's up, guys? Just want to make this video for you, and I want to talk about distractions and how distractions can lead to delay and destruction in life. Distractions, they come in many forms. You might be sitting here on your computer working on a book or a project you got going on. The next thing you go, you might feel the temptation to grab your phone. You start checking your social media pages. You start looking for these microdoses of validation online. You start looking for entertainment. You start looking for things to distract your mind. You might hit a roadblock in your work. You're working on something creative and you're trying to find an idea, and you decide to look online for an idea, and you get lost in the rabbit hole. You get lost in the rabbit hole of entertainment, and then next thing you know, your mind is somewhere completely different. Minutes pass by, hours pass by. Next thing you know, your whole day has passed you by and you haven't accomplished anything. That's how distraction works. It starts out small and eventually it works itself into something big, something destructive. It might be an hour here, it might be a day here, it might be a week, turns into a month, then it turns into a year, and then you look back at your life and you're like, man, I haven't accomplished anything in life. You want to recognize these distractions and you want to cut them out of your life. It could be different for most people. It could be social media. It could be video games. Video games are pretty fun. Some of them are pretty good, but think about all the gamers and all the people that spend hundreds of hours, even thousands of hours on a particular game. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with playing video games, but if you're going to spend that much time on a game, think about all the time in those hours that you could have been using to write yourself a book, learn a trade, learn something that's going to be productive or help you get somewhere or create something amazing in life. You don't want to let your life pass you by. You don't want to throw your life away. You want to make your days valuable. You want to give them value by actually doing things and learning things that are going to make you creative, because that's where purpose comes from. It comes from, really sharpening your creativity and doing amazing things. And this world just wants to keep us distracted. It wants to keep us distracted with, news. You see all these clickbait titles. It wants to keep us distracted with lust traps. You look on Instagram and things like that, and all you see are just these lust traps designed to kind of put you in that snare of weak, needy energy. Like, you feel like you have to go look at a photo of some woman and commit lust. That's a snare right there that'll destroy your life. So you don't want to fall into that. You want to stay focused. You want to stay on your purpose. You want to stay on your mission. You want to cut out these distractions. Get up early in the morning. First thing you do when you get up, start working on your purpose. So that way you already have your wins in the day. Once you got your wins in the day, you're going to set the trajectory for a better day. And it's going to be less likely for you to fall into distractions. And if you do, it's not going to be as bad as if you got up in the morning and the first thing you did was look at your phone, as opposed to, seeking first the kingdom and actually working on your goals. So stay locked in. Don't let these distractions get you. Hope you guys like this video. I'm out.